Hello there, and welcome back to the Dreemo channel. Tonight, we travel far back into the deep history of our Earth, to an era ruled by magnificent, colossal beings, the dinosaurs. We will explore their quiet reign, a period spanning millions of years, focusing on the purely scientific, structural, and paleontological facts that define their existence. This journey respects the scientific records left behind in the silent stone and the vastness of time. The scale of their time on Earth, the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods, offers a profound reflection on the gentle, unhurried flow of deep time. Let the immense silence of these ancient ages bring quiet stability to your mind. If you find deep rest and profound understanding in these quiet explorations, please remember to gently press the like button and calmly click subscribe. Your support ensures that the flow of calm, illuminating knowledge continues endlessly. Now, let the subtle, steady rhythm of the Age of Giants guide your mind to its most peaceful and ancient rest. Fact 1. The quiet power of hollow bones or pneumaticity. Many large predatory dinosaurs, especially the theropods like Tyrannosaurus rex, possessed pneumatic bones. These were not solid, rather they contained extensive air sacs that connected to their respiratory system. This ingenious internal architecture dramatically reduced their overall weight, allowing them to grow to immense sizes without their skeletons collapsing. The hollow, airy nature of their bones was a silent engineering marvel, enabling a quiet balance between immense size and necessary lightness. This internal quietness of structure allowed them to move with a surprising degree of agility and stealth, despite their enormous bulk. Fact 2. The unseen efficiency of the avian respiratory system. The descendants of dinosaurs, modern birds, possess one of the most efficient respiratory systems on Earth, using a one-way airflow. Paleontologists infer that large theropods likely had a similar system, where air moved through their lungs in a continuous, quiet loop, maximizing oxygen extraction. This silent, non-turbulent, and incredibly efficient breathing mechanism would have allowed them to sustain the high activity levels required for hunting or mating, all while maintaining a quiet, constant internal stability that belied their outward power. Fact 3. The gentle giant of the sauropod neck. Sauropods, the immense long-necked herbivores like Brachiosaurus and Diplodocus, had necks that could stretch many meters. The sheer weight and length of these structures were managed through a specialized mechanism, bifurcated neural spines. These V-shaped spines on their vertebrae housed powerful ligaments and muscles that held the neck in place, minimizing the need for constant muscular effort. Their long necks were thus held in position by quiet, passive tension, enabling them to graze high above the ground with effortless, gentle grace, symbolizing a quiet vertical reach unmatched by any other land creature. Fact 4. The quiet movement of the Parasaurolophus crest. Parasaurolophus, a large herbivore, possessed a distinctive, elongated, hollow crest on its head. This crest was not merely decorative, it was likely used as a resonance chamber for low-frequency sound. By forcing air through these curved internal pathways, the dinosaur could produce deep infrasound calls that traveled long distances without being heard by many predators. Their communication was often a quiet, low-frequency rumble, a subtle language of survival that permeated the ancient forests in profound silence. Fact 5. The silent protection of the Thyreophoran armor. The armored dinosaurs, known as Thyreophorans, including Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus, were protected by thick layers of bony plates and scutes, osteoderms, embedded in their skin. This armor was a silent, permanent shield, allowing them to remain calm and still when threatened, relying on passive defense rather than chaotic flight. The slow, quiet accumulation of these defensive structures over evolutionary time represents a patient, non-confrontational strategy for survival in a dangerous world, embodying a quiet strength found only in profound stillness. 2. The flow of deep time and fossil records. Fact 6. The unhurried Triassic beginning. The age of dinosaurs began quietly during the Triassic period, approximately 252 million years ago. This era followed the Great Permian extinction, a period of global devastation. The earliest dinosaurs were generally small and overshadowed by other reptilian groups, emerging cautiously into a newly healed world. Their initial diversification was a slow, unhurried process, a patient exploration of a world waiting to be claimed. This humble and silent beginning contrasts dramatically with the immense size and dominance they would achieve later. Fact 7. The Jurassic period's quiet growth. The Jurassic period saw the massive rise of the sauropods, the largest creatures ever to walk the Earth. This era was characterized by lush, sprawling fern forests and giant conifers. Their immense size required enormous, quiet feeding sessions, consuming hundreds of kilograms of vegetation daily. The growth of these giants was an incredibly slow, quiet, and sustained process, taking many decades to reach full maturity. The fossil record shows a patient, massive adaptation to a world of plentiful food. Fact 8. The slow fossilization of ancient life. The process by which a dinosaur bone becomes a fossil is a profound lesson in patience and quiet geology. After death, the bone must be quickly buried under layers of sediment, which prevents decomposition. Over millions of years, mineral-rich groundwater slowly seeps into the bone's porous structure, quietly replacing the organic material with stone. This slow, molecular exchange is a quiet, unhurried transformation of biological matter into permanent geological record. Fact 9. The paleontologist's quiet dedication to the bone. The work of a paleontologist is one of extreme patience and quiet focus. Excavating a fossil involves removing millions of years of surrounding rock and sediment, often using delicate tools like dental picks and small brushes. This slow, methodical removal of rock is an act of deep respect for the quiet history contained within the stone. Each gentle tap of the hammer or brushstroke is a conversation with the deep past carried out in profound quietude. Fact 10. The quiet drift of continents, Pangea. During the dinosaurs' reign, the Earth's continents were constantly shifting, slowly breaking apart from the supercontinent Pangea and drifting to their current positions. This continental drift occurred at the quiet, imperceptible speed of a few centimeters per year. This massive geological ballet was a silent backdrop to dinosaur evolution, slowly isolating populations and driving new speciation, demonstrating that the most monumental changes can occur at the most patient, quiet pace. 3. Structures of quiet strength and adaptation. Fact 11. The quiet resilience of dinosaur eggs. The success of the dinosaur lineage hinged on the quiet protection offered by their hard-shelled eggs. Unlike the soft, permeable eggs of amphibians, dinosaur eggs provided a contained, stable environment where the embryo could develop safely away from external stresses. The calcium carbonate shell was a silent, architectural marvel, allowing the giants to reproduce and sustain their colossal lineage across millions of years, all starting from a fragile, quiet beginning in the nest. Fact 12. The thermal stability of Gigantothermy. While much debated, many large dinosaurs may have utilized Gigantothermy. This theory suggests that due to their immense size, the large body volume retained heat and the small surface area lost heat very slowly. This meant their internal body temperature would remain remarkably stable, warming up and cooling down at an incredibly slow, patient rate. This internal, quiet thermal stability would have given them a vast physiological advantage, allowing them to function efficiently in fluctuating climates. Fact 13. The silent battle of feather evolution. Many smaller, non-avian dinosaurs, particularly Coelurosauros, were covered in simple protofeathers. These filaments were not primarily for flight, they were likely for quiet insulation, regulating body temperature, or for subtle display. The evolution of the feather, one of the most complex biological structures, began as a quiet, protective fuzz, a testament to subtle adaptation taking place over vast, silent stretches of time. Fact 14. The slow, quiet growth rings, or osteohistology. Just as trees have growth rings, scientists can study the thin sections of fossilized dinosaur bones, a field called osteohistology. These fossilized bones often show distinct rings and patterns that reveal the dinosaur's growth rate and age at death. This quiet, internal chronological diary of the dinosaur's life, confirming that even the most massive creatures had a structured, patient, and quiet developmental history stretching decades. Fact 15. The architectural strength of the Iguanodon hand. Iguanodon, a prominent herbivore, possessed highly specialized hands. Crucially, they had a large, cone-shaped thumb spike that served as a quiet defensive weapon. Their other fingers were flexible, allowing them to grasp vegetation with quiet dexterity. This hand was a masterpiece of quiet, structural versatility, equally adept at feeding gently and deploying a subtle, powerful defense when required. Fact 16. The Cretaceous period's final, quiet peak. The Cretaceous period marked the final and most diverse chapter of the dinosaur age, featuring iconic groups like Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus. This era saw massive diversification and the rise of flowering plants. The world was lush, yet operating under a slow, creeping geological stress. The quiet peak of dinosaur power and complexity occurred just before the cataclysmic event that would conclude their reign, highlighting the fragile nature of stability in deep time.
Fact 17. The quiet velocity of the T-Rex stride. Contrary to cinematic depictions, the enormous mass of T-Rex meant its movement was governed by specific biomechanical limits. Its locomotion was likely a powerful, low-speed stride, possibly a quiet, purposeful power walk rather than a full sprint. Its immense legs were designed for sustained, low-energy movement, allowing it to cover large territories with quiet, steady efficiency, relying on its overwhelming presence rather than chaotic speed. Fact 18. The silent chemistry of fossil pigments. Modern research techniques can analyze the tiny organelles, melanosomes, found in fossilized feathers. These organelles contain the chemical signature of ancient pigments, allowing scientists to quietly infer the actual colors of some feathered dinosaurs. The silent, preserved chemistry within these ancient structures reveal the surprising color palettes of life millions of years ago, contrasting the silent stone with vibrant historical details. Fact 19. The quiet pause of diapause in reproduction. Some reptiles today use a reproductive strategy called diapause, where the development of the embryo is quietly and temporarily paused, often due to environmental stress. Given the close link between dinosaurs and modern reptiles, it is possible some dinosaur species used this quiet, patient technique to time the hatching of their young to the most favorable season, demonstrating a mastery of quiet biological timing. Fact 20. The immeasurable silence of the KPG boundary. The end of the dinosaur age is marked in the geological record by the Cretaceous-Paleogene boundary. This is a thin, distinct layer of sediment worldwide containing high levels of iridium, a rare element common in asteroids. This thin line represents the sudden, cataclysmic event that ended the dinosaur reign, followed by an immense, immeasurable, and profound silence in the fossil record. This geological boundary is the ultimate, quiet marker of history's final, silent closure on an entire era. The history of the dinosaurs is not merely a tale of roaring, chaotic giants, but a story of quiet, patient evolution, of structural stability, and the immense, unhurried flow of deep time. Let the quiet wisdom of these ancient ages bring a profound geological stillness to your mind. Sink now into the deep, quiet rest of the silent earth.